Hello friends, this is Cold Run. Welcome back to a blind playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV's Dawntrail expansion. Ready to continue here to Solution 9, to the main city, I think? Or is Everkeep the city, or is Solution 9 the city? Or is Everkeep's probably the tower within Solution 9? And we're on the Solution 9 outskirts. But Solution 9 is a city within Alexandria, and Everkeep is within Solution 9, I think. So there's other parts. Okay, yep. Vow Wuk Lamat's eager to head to Everkeep, and so am I. Right, Kavkiwa is waiting. Let's head to the tower. Ah, there you are. If Queen Sphene has registered you as guests, you should be able to march right in. And if she hasn't, then you may have a swarm of Zeralja's minions to deal with. That's more what I was expecting, but I expect this will go through. That's more what I had been expecting when I first got here. Nothing for it but to see if Queen Sphene has betrayed us, eh? And she said she'll do whatever it takes to protect her people. It's just, protecting your people is such a tough question. There's long-term ways to address it, there's short-term ways to address it. Thank you for your diligent service, friends. My companions and I would like to pass if you'd be so kind. Outrunner guide unit identified. Registration number verified. Outrunner guide unit. What? Oh, you're now. That's what it is. The thing holding her. Six accompanying civilians identified. Verifying credentials. So that's what Kavkiwa is inhabiting. An Outrunner guide. Credentials verified. Welcome, guests of Queen Sphene. What a relief. Again, you're not being sneaky. Like, you're being a little bit sneaky, but Zeralja knows what's up. There you have it. It seems the Queen was true to her word. Follow me, everyone. Solution 9 awaits. So maybe Everkeep is not just the tower, maybe... No, I don't know. Everkeep probably is just the tower. I was thinking, is Everkeep just the room that houses, like, all the data? But no, I think Everkeep is this tower. Very modern. Futuristic, even. Very futuristic.
Everkeep. A tower of electrope piercing a perpetual shroud of storm clouds. Occupying the 9th level of this 12-tiered structure is a residential district called Solution 9. In so naming their home, what hopes did its founders harbor for it? And did it prove the answer they sought?
Is this bigger on the inside or something? Wow, look at this place. It's a megalopolis. It's got the bisexual lighting. It's got everything going for it.
Spectacular, isn't it?
Super.
There are more districts throughout the tower, including industrial ones, but Solution 9 is the largest.
Just being here makes my head spin.
Yeah. I mean, Tuliolal is...
Perfectly natural reaction.
Tuliolal is pretty amazing. It's just a very different type of amazing.
A city of shimmering electrope, replete with strange technologies that cater to every conceivable need. We never dreamed of the life back home in Tuliolal.
They really made...
Now,
lemonade out of this electric.
Go and explain the situation to those in the back room? Why not take a moment to explore?
They got future clothes on. Yeah, they look like NASCAR drivers. I love this place.
I believe lived experiences are far more educational than dry explanations. And you want to know more about Sphene and Zeralja's dominion, do you not?
I do. Look at those advertisements in the background. You had me at explore. Yeah, this is pretty cool just in its own right. Also, I think that exclamation point should be inside the quotation mark, shouldn't it?
I had a feeling you'd be keen.
Just to confirm, while we have been allowed inside, are we also permitted to roam?
Absolutely. As Sphene's registered guest, you'll find you're exempt from the sentry scrutiny.
And so it won't, but again, they're saying it doesn't look, they're saying that people are, it's not compulsory to wear the regulators, so, okay.
The elevator to the uppermost level. I wouldn't go near that. But other areas should be fine provided you act like you belong.
I wonder if that'll be a dungeon. Or trial
All right,
room.
then. We'll show ourselves around.
Yes. Familiarizing ourselves with the technology here will help us prepare for the battles to come.
Yeah, it'll also be cool as hell.
Try not to enjoy yourselves too much, or you're liable to attract attention.
Once you've explored to your satisfaction, come to the entrance to True View in the eastern sector.
Like, our clothes are gonna make us stand out anyway, unless you're gonna give us one of those future suits.
It's a little complicated, so I'll send someone to guide you.
Understood. We'll see you later. I shall speak with the residents. Perhaps one of them will recognize the earring.
I forgot about that. As cool as this is, I still don't think split up is the best option, but...
With this place, how can this all be the inside of a tower?
It is bigger on the inside. I was gonna say, like, I was gonna say that and then I stopped because I was like, maybe I just didn't really get a good look at what was beyond, that we just walked through like a gate and this is beyond the tower, but no, this is inside the tower.
So, what aren't you telling me? Where are you?
That I can't reveal yet. Precautions, you understand. Just know that I'm safe.
So here's my thought, here's my current prediction about Kavkiwa, is that I think her body is dead. Like, she would be very old at this point, so I think that she is talking to us as disembodied data from within cloud storage. That's my guess right now.
But come, tell me about your adventurer friend. You seem to have a great deal of faith in her. You must have been through a lot together.
You might say that. For instance, we found the entrance to the Golden City.
Just as a by the way to toss out there.
What? You did?
The eye change.
Why didn't you mention this sooner?
You found the inside of the Golden City. Wait.
You want to explore together?
Is the inside of the Golden City just another portal to this same place, or is it something different? I wonder. I'm not so sure anymore.
It's not that I'm scared or anything. Everything is just so different from home.
Yeah, you should have a partner in this. Those eyebrows, those upward eyebrows, the eyebrows that go up as they get closer to the middle of the face, they have a very, like, oh, bless your heart feel to them. Okay. First, let's get the Ethernet. Look at this Ethernet shard. Let's get a map of this place. And so is this the other zone? This is the other zone. Is this it? That's one of my questions. There's probably different levels to this place though, because I'm gonna guess there's different levels to this. Ethernet shard, yes. So this is structured like a whole new city. Different districts, Neon Stein, True View. These are probably stores, I guess. Arcadian, residential sector. Arcadian could be either like the place where you play arcade games, or let me just talk to Wuk. We'll get to the other one. Or it could be something as simple as Or like Arcadian is what, no, I'm thinking of Arcadia. That's like it's like an open air. I'm thinking maybe it's an arboretum I'm thinking of, or Atria. I don't know, I'm getting mixed up. And then Trueview is, what would Trueview be if it's a store? An optometrist? I don't know. Neonstein is probably a bar. What's this? Nexus Arcade? So Arcade is like a plaza though, right? So Arcadion could be like the plaza of plazas. Tower's inside a tower. I see it, but I still can't believe it. For now, I say we proceed straight ahead. If we feel like we're getting lost, we can always turn around and go back the way we came. Gosh, this is cool. What's that Destiny 2 place that the whole prior expansion was all about? Again, very similar feel. Neon. It's not 80s aesthetic, it's just neon. I don't know why I associate a lot of 80s fashion with neon, but I do. What are you? Or are you a Dawn of a New Deal? Are you a... Let me check this. That's right, my naked leather worker. Yeah, so you got a couple of crafty stuff here. The reason I don't have anything updated is that I play currently on the PS5 is where I record, and that's where all of my Pictomancer stuff is. All my other jobs I usually play from the couch on the PlayStation 4 in the other room. That's why none of these are like higher level or updated or anything like that. Wuk Lamat. Oh, crossroads already? This place is too much. I have no idea where I should go. Right, I've made up my mind. Let's head to that building right there. Very decisive, Wuk. Very resolved, one might say. God, this is... Look at this city! How do they not have... Okay, obviously I was going to say how do they not have a housing district, but it's because that probably takes a while. They should get a housing district here. Like, make apartment buildings that where you can look out from a building in Solution 9. Or maybe Solution 9 blows up by the end of this expansion. I don't know, maybe that's why. But this feels ripe for a housing district of some kind. It would be tricky though, because you couldn't have a house. Unless it's the outskirts of it, looking onto the city? I don't know. I don't know, how would they make that work? They do that in Star Wars The Old Republic with like housing in Coruscant, but I think it's just apartments, or housing in the Imperial City. I don't remember the name of it.
There you are! Lamati!
Sphene!
I was worried you might have had trouble at the checkpoint, but I see everything went according to plan.
And you know, there was a comment, let me pull this up before I forget it. There was a comment from Kirby Mania that said that Sphene's outfit is a mix of Garnet's princess dress and jumpsuit, along with a lot of Idol and VTuber inspired elements. And I mean, given what I'm seeing of Solution 9, that makes even more sense, that she's this queen of both a more rural elements and what we're seeing here.
Well, that's thanks to you.
Now, I know you've scarcely arrived, but I have a request to make of you.
Oh, a request you said.
Are Wuk's hackles rising? Or her
Yes,
suspiciousness?
an important one.
Because she clearly wants to help us. Like, we saw Zoralja be suspicious of that very fact, but I don't know if she'll actually go through with it.
I want you to make peace with Zoralja.
I don't know if that's physically possible.
What? I thought you said you weren't on his side.
We have come no closer to seeing eye to eye, nor do I condone his methods. Be that as it may, I don't want you to fight him. I don't want you to regret a decision made in anger and haste.
You gotta be more straightforward than that.
Unequipped with regulators as you are, the risk is too great.
I don't think that's why you want this.
I appreciate your concern, but you ask the impossible. Zoralja murdered our father.
The fist.
His minions slaughtered our countrymen. He will never renounce his war. As vow of resolve, it falls to me to stop him.
Now, I think if Sphene brings us a viable peace offer, something that we could believe, but the question is, what would we believe? This is real. It's really tricky.
I know you love your people too, and so you must understand how I feel. Why I cannot, will not back down.
I do understand. All too well.
Neomuna was the name of the Destiny 2 place, I think, by the way. Delayed reaction there.
Let me say only this then. Zoralja will use any means to win. If you would protect your people, return to them at once and prepare. Prepare as best you can.
Because it feels like there's something unsaid going on here. Like, and including with the Zoralja conversation, like, is it just that Zoralja will murder all her people, or murder all the Alexandrians if she doesn't cooperate? I don't think so. I mean, maybe.
It may ring hollow coming from the queen of an enemy nation. But unlike me, you still have the power to determine your own fate.
And so why does he need you anyway? That must mean you have some power, because he wants to be all the things. I think he wants to rule fully, and you're holding him back in some way, but you're not physically stronger than him. Like, I mean, maybe you turn into like the Hulk or something, but I'm assuming you're not physically strong enough to stop him if he wanted to just kill you. And I assume that his armies could kill your armies pretty well, so is it just the cost of that would be a lot? Or what power do you actually hold over him that's stopping him from just getting rid of you? Or maybe it's that you don't stand in his way actively, so it might as well leave her around.
You really
I don't know.
are a curious one.
From one curious cat.
You needn't worry for us. We have dependable comrades holding the fort in Tulihyolal. They'll keep everyone safe, so we can devote our attention to affairs here.
Please.
Never fear, I'll be there alongside on her. I don't think she's really afraid for us. I mean, she might be, but that's not why she's... I won't yield on this either, I'll say. I don't... she's not... The main reason she's telling us to back down is not because she's afraid for us. I don't think, at least.
So you have comrades on whom you can rely. I envy you.
A solo operation for you.
You know, we'd like to learn more about you.
About me?
And just the ability, one of the other powers of the regulators has got to be that it makes it really hard to mount a resistance. Because if you lose the opportunity for martyrdom, and anyone who, if you were to kill someone whose ideas inspire you, the ideas might still be there, but the memory of the people who die, like, is a huge inspiration to carry on in the face of a lot of, especially in the face of tyranny. If you think of the world itself, how many tyrants would still be in power if people forgot about their victims as soon as they died?
To be frank, we're still not sure whether or not you're trustworthy. So, if you have a moment, would you show us around the district? That way, we can get to know you better.
The friendship music has returned.
You're asking me, the Queen, to show you around?
That finger gesture, what is that? Like that?
Oh, but I jest. I'm flattered that you've taken an interest in me. Very well, I shall be your guide. You're my guests, after all, and teaching you about my realm would be a pleasure in and of itself. If you like, I can introduce you to my citizens, too. I consider them family, as you do yours.
And yet you feel like you have no one to rely on, like you're just on your own.
By all means, we're in your capable hands.
I don't doubt that. I don't think she's lying about that. I think that she does love her citizens as family, but there's a certain distance there.
That you are. This will be an enjoyable and enlightening tour, I promise.
And we saw that plate again for her. Again, reading from the comment that Kirby Mania left, apparently the writing actually does say something like in that 14 script, that the back says many souls, one heart, Alexandria. Clear eyes, full heart, Alexandria, and the front reads Queen Sphene Alexandros the 14th. And I love that. I love that that's there, and I love the reference that brings to... Everything okay? I've frozen up. I hope I didn't lose this recording. No, I'm back. Okay. The Queen's Tour. Sphene stands ready to take you on a tour of Solution 9. And I stand ready to accept that tour. Let's begin, shall we? I must say I'm really grateful. This place is so vast and confusing, I didn't even know where to begin. While the district may seem daunting in size and structure, all the key facilities are situated near ley nodes, what you call aetherites. Remember this and you won't lose your way. And because of because she's had so much interaction with the Tyrolians, of course she knows what aetherites are. Just all the design choices are just hitting for me here. Now then, seeing as it's right here, I'll show you the Nexus Arcade first. Please follow me. Fourteen's usually pretty good about its tours. Like about doing them in a way that doesn't feel tedious. That bottle of alcohol on the top right in the red? This place? This complex is home to all manner of shops, from food and daily necessities to technological conveniences. You can find most everything here. Everkeep's interior is vast, as you've observed. This arcade makes it possible for people to acquire what they need in one centralized location. Amazing. How do you get to the upper levels? I don't see stairs. Oh, you got teleporters. Do you see the glowing pattern over yonder? That's an automatic conveyor. Such contraptions are found throughout Everkeep, allowing us to swiftly move between faraway places. That will spare some walking. Are they also made from that strange metal? What's it? Yes, the conveyors are powered by electrope. As a matter of fact, the ore is integrated into just about everything in Everkeep, even the floors and walls. By etching arcane circuits upon it, electrope can be used to convert lightning energy to those of other elements. That's right, there was a side quest we did before that talked about how it was converted to, like, frost energy to, or ice energy, I guess, rather, to refrigerate food. In doing so, we can achieve various effects. For instance, a conversion to wind produces flotation, which is required for the propulsion of our flying vehicles. A conversion to fire, meanwhile, produces light and heat, and it's employed in devices such as street lamps and heaters. There are even self-heating cups that keep your drink warm. Does that say XXX? The ad in the back with the woman winking? She's either winking or she's missing an eyeball. I think she's winking. But that would be metal as hell if you were missing an eyeball. Can you make a drink cold if you convert to ice instead? Yo! You certainly can. Our vending machines do just that. What's more, I've heard that in Japan there are vending machines that serve like hot meals and stuff. Is that true? What's more, multiple energies can be combined to produce some clever effects. For instance, by manipulating the air with wind while projecting light with lightning, it's possible to alter one's appearance. I don't like that. That makes me a sussy. That makes me sus. Are you secretly like, I don't know, that wouldn't be the worst thing. Like if you look different just because you're like, I don't know, maybe you're an old woman or something. That could be. Probably a host of things that would allow. Almost scary what you can do with electrope. If such a wondrous material existed in our world, I imagine everyone would be fighting over it. That's a real danger. Though maybe it... What happened? So one of the new mysteries is the source of electrope. So is that something that she has on him? Like if she goes against him, maybe that's something he has on her. Like if she goes against something about his arrival here made the electrope possible, but I don't know, I doubt it. No, because that was already, no, never mind, it couldn't have been him because that was already built in, that was already in existence when we got to the Golden City before Zoralja got there. It all comes back to that third party I think is in existence. Maybe the source of electrope is some evil thing that Zoralja is keeping in check, but able to help benefit the people from. So like if she were to go against Zoralja, his threat would be that like she would lose her source of electrope. But then what would her threat to him be? I don't know. The shop over here, what does it sell? Yes, let's go and distract you and take a look at that. I dare say you will find it. I thought she said, I dare you to say something. I'm reading her again. Not as, I don't think her motivations are sus at all. I don't think she's going to reveal herself to be, haha, I am Zoralja's master, the true goddess Ultimecia Prime. I don't think anything like that. But I do think she is being, I mean, she's hiding stuff. She's distracting us. She's, I dare say you will find it interesting. That sounds sinister. It's absolutely not in this case. I think we actually just will find it interesting. But when someone whose motivations are unknown says, check that out, I dare say you'll find it interesting. Like, it doesn't, again, this is not actually that though. The shop sells food. Those are the items on the counter. That's food? I can't imagine what they taste like. I thought you might be surprised. Your countrymen were too in the beginning. Come, you must sample something. Choose one and I will purchase it. So I wonder if you have Gil here. How did they handwave Gil in the first? I forget. Welcome, friends. How lucky you are for Her Majesty to treat you, Ganister. The 5 items on display are our most popular. I recommend one of them if this is your first time. Is this like the Willy Wonka stuff where you like have a meal in like a jawbreaker, that sort of thing? Select an item that interests you. Let's go with the, we'll go with the Endwalker grapes here. Slab of pink hexagons. The synthetic fruit pellets, they are our best approximation of the taste and texture of grape. I've never tried the real fruit, so I can't say how faithful they are, but there's no denying their popularity. No, let's look at the other ones. Liquid-filled pouch. This like a juice? Ah, the revivifying tonic. I take it you're thirsty. The flavor is a sublime blend of sweet and salty, and it stays fresh for over 10 years thanks to this special container. Okay, number 3. Number 3 looks like, again, very Garnet themed thing. Maybe this is a Lembas bar or something, just a nutritional supplement. Keen on the perfect meal bar, are you? It's all the... Yeah, there we are. All the nutrients your body needs packed into a single foodstuff. The flavor is formulated to never taste dull, and one bar will satisfy you for a whole day. Many folks prefer this to taking multiple meals. Yeah, they have intermittent fasting here too, but it sounds like it's actually okay for you. That's not true. I retract that. Intermittent fasting for people who do it, mazel tov. Good luck to you. Hexagon pattern bag. Is this honey? Oh, this is the salad paste. My bad. Of course it's the salad paste. How could I not have guessed that? This is designed for those who are concerned about their figure. With its blend of 9 varieties of vegetables, it'll help your efforts to slim down. Fashion models swear by it, and youths can't get enough of the stuff either. Their poor culture is still not beyond that type of stuff. Black and yellow tin. This here is cultivated steak. Not quite the same as the real thing they produce in the outskirts, but it's a sight more affordable. Sounds good. This particular product is known as Gold Label, and it's a delicious hybrid of beef and chicken. Chief? Bickin? What would the combo be? Grown at the plant on the 4th level. No, we're going to go with the Endwalker grape still. Well, they're all very tempting. I'm going to have the steak. I'm absolutely starving. Of course you'd go for the steak. Thank you for your custom. This being Her Majesty's treat, it's bound to taste all the better. Say, would you mind sampling your selections here and now? It's been a long time since we had newcomers, and I'd love to see your reactions. We're now a reaction channel. Mukbang. This is a great chance to learn about Alexandrian culture, Kakushu. Let's dig in. Alright, here I go. Is she going to be disappointed? Because I wonder if it's rough compared to the real thing. Following Wuk Lamat's lead, you sample your selection. Amazing! I've never had any meat like this before. It's tender like chicken, but flavorsome like Ronik, and the spices give it just the right amount of kick. I could eat this every day. That's right, and it adapts to your palate, doesn't it? Or was that the other one? No, that was the food bar. Oh, everyone loves it. Everyone's literally giving her likes. Don't mind them. They're just happy to see your honest reaction. That's right. Don't pretend to be unspoiled. Ganister, how about you? It's interesting. It's pretty good. No, it's fantastic. I'm sure that these are great grape-like substances. Yes! Look at all those subscribers ready to check out our channel. It's always such a pleasure. Thanks for humoring me. This does take me back. I thought, though it was chaotic when the people of Tuliyollal first arrived, we endeavored to learn about one another and embraced our differences. Ah, right. What about you, Sphene? Aren't you having something to eat too? I appreciate the thought, but I'm fine for now, thank you. Here's another possibility. What if she's dead? What if she is living in the cloud too, and she's just an illusion who doesn't need nutrients to survive? And for anyone who has seen The Haunting of Bly Manor, I will say no more. Alright, but what's your favorite food if you don't mind me asking? My favorite food? Is she a robot? Why do you wish to know this? Okay, so she's not human, she's an illusion, she's a robot, she's a zombie. She's a robot zombie. Because I wanted to get to know you better, why else? The more you know someone, the more you grow fond of them. That's what my old man believed, and my experiences have led me to believe the same. My favorite food? Or maybe she's just not used to having friendly interactions. She doesn't look like she's making up, doesn't look like she's lying. Like she's ready to, like she's planning a lie. It looks like she just doesn't know how to, maybe she's never been asked, never thought about it. I'm sorry, it's just when I think of those who labor to bring us food, I find I can't settle on one thing. So you're like, oh gosh, this is like the politician thing of like, if you accidentally say you like, that you like asparagus better than green beans, like that the growers of the asparagus will hate you now? She doesn't seem like she'd be worried about that. Indecisive, perhaps I am, but you didn't need to laugh about it. So I think at least everyone else here sees it as good natures. What the hell are you? Was that a baby lizard? Was that Zoralja's kid? Boy, I'm like doing the leap of faith to conclusions. Wuk Lamat. Of course, these aren't actual conclusions. These are throwing out ideas and first thoughts. I don't know about you, but I'm satisfied. Let's keep moving. Very well. Next, I was thinking about showing you the residential sector, but it's in part so I can tend to personal matters. It's a visitation, to be precise, and I believe it would be educational for you as well. Would the two of you mind accompanying me? Not at all. Wonderful. Let me know when you've seen enough here, and we'll make our way. What is this? Is this going to be the delivery thing? Dawn of a New Deal? We wouldn't give her a capable tradeswoman. This has got to be the special deliveries, right? Ready? Then let's head to the residential sector. It lies to the southwest. As we walk, I'd be glad to tell you of any places of interest we come upon. All right. Let's get the Queen's tour, a royal welcome, another royal welcome. This is our second royal welcome. Where are we going? We're going here. Look at this car. It's an 8-wheeler. No, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 6-wheeler. Or maybe it's 2 wheels and 2 hover Virtua things. What a beauty. Yeah. What is this? Is this a perfume bottle, maybe? There's like a tree coming out of it. No, I think that's like liquid splashing out of it. Maybe it's a drink. God, is this the hell is that? Look at this angry squirrel. It's so mad. There's language there too. We got a QR code in the bottom right. This is a long shot. Is this actually a QR code? I don't think so, but... It is not an actual QR code. There is occasional green pieces, but they're fenced off and protected. You got motorbikes, you got... I wonder if you can mount a motorcycle from here. An Airwheeler A9. I am 2 million shy of this. A thin rectangular piece of what appears to be an electrode. Placing it near your Airwheeler 9 will magically bring the vehicle to life. Oh boy. I might actually have to start saving up for something. Some abstract art scrolling up the side of the walls. Looks like something shattered. Just look at this cityscape here. And what's below? Is that like the void? I can't get over this place. Sphene, talk. Or Wuk Lamat. That meat was so good, I have to get everyone at home to try it. This is Mosaic, a cafe. Here you can buy drinks to enjoy while you relax. I see. In Tuliyola, there's a similar establishment called Chevalier. That's seashell in the local tongue. Is there a story behind the name Mosaic? It could be artistic, like just because maybe it's shaped like a bit of a mosaic, or maybe it's a philosophical piece, like it's a place where people from all different parts of the culture in Alexandria like come together. There is. In our continent, the races are named for stones. There's the Hune, who resemble some Tonawauta, this tall and graceful Eldite, and the diminutive and affable Milala. When they all gather here, they appear as a mosaic of colors. Thus did the founder choose to name the cafe. So sort of what I said. More physical, I guess, than cultural. That's nice. If they serve tacos here, it'd be perfect. Tacos? And suddenly, for Wuk Lamat, the utopia becomes a dystopia. A traditional Turali dish and one of my favorite foods. You must try it one day. Oh, yes, definitely. I enjoy eating the foods. That is a thing that I am able to do. We'll make it happen once we've restored peace to Tuliyola. All right, let's continue on. Coffee tastes so much better than the stuff I make at home. It's also possible that Sphene is like the embodiment of the AI controlling everything, of like an actual artificial intelligence, like a, not a Borg queen sort of deal, but I don't know, like a, yeah, like a physical representation of the technology that like manages all of this. I cannot jump into the void. Another Ethernet shard here. Did I get one up here? Hopefully. Watching the world go by with coffee in hand, what could be better? I think that is incredibly wise, and I agree. Look at your boots. You're like, I'll bet they strap themselves up. I'll bet you put your feet into it and the electro nodes in them just juke themselves together. Did you? No, I thought she drew a smiley face on her regulator. She did not. And here we are. These buildings are where citizens live. They're massive. Each one is bigger than the palace. They have to be, for just about all Alexandrians have apartments here. Lest you wonder, I'm here to visit some people. Their apartment is in the building on the left, here at Residential Radius 914. Residential Radius? That's right. Come, the door automatically opens. It's gotta be like a street sign thing. This place is wonderful. How many times am I gonna say that? I apologize for being repetitive, but I very much want to be here. I think this would be awesome. Wuk, what are you? Nope, not you. Wuk, what are your thoughts? Hey, Sphene, can anyone live in this place? Naturally. In fact, many of your countrymen make their homes here. So that's part of what I was thinking. They weren't treated, because I was thinking for a second, but only for a second, is this like, what the heck is that? The really dystopian place in Shadowbringers, the tower full of people who Yulmore. Is this like Yulmore where people are shunted to the outskirts? But no, they seem pretty happy. So what makes them opt for a life of not luxury? Just personal satisfaction, volunteerism? I guess soul allotments we've heard as an incentive, so there are rewards that they offer for certain work, like for the hunters. No matter your origin or race, occupation or regulator usage, all Alexandrian citizens are eligible for an apartment. This includes those of you who met who work in the outskirts. You've taken care of everyone for 30 years. I'm truly grateful. Aw, that little like, aw, who, me? No, that's just her natural pose. This is the lobby, a common area for residents. I see, and what does that machine there do? Which machine? There's everything is machine. Oh, the clerk bot. Okay. Ah, the concierge. They look after the residents. If you require assistance or have questions, they would be glad to assist. Is that so? I have no shortage of questions, but I'll direct them at you for now. By all means, you may consider me your personal concierge. Hello. Current location, residential radius 914, section 2. Visitors must be equipped with a regulator or present a valid visitor permit. Yep, so they do accommodate for non-permit stuff too. That's good. For non-regulator stuff, I mean. This is the place. A mother and son live here. Because she could be like a technological version of the corn servant, just like, instead of just being about corn, like she could be doing her best to make everyone satisfied. Like she could be behind the regulators. Like again, the embodiment, that's what I'm leaning towards the most right now. I think she's the embodiment of whatever system manages all these people and the concierges and the soul system and all of that. But that Zeralja must have some way, because that's a wildly powerful position if that theory were right, so Zeralja must have some other hold over her. Hello, Isadora. Your Majesty, you came. I have friends with me today, is that all right? Of course, friends of the Queen are friends of ours. Please, make yourselves at home. Sick kid? How's Milos been? There's been no change, but the symptoms are thankfully mild today. You got the food bar over there. Hello, Milos, have you missed me? My son was born with Levin sickness, a severe etheric imbalance towards lightning. What does that mean? He gets shocked when he goes outside? As a result, he suffers from paralysis. He can't walk and struggles to speak. For a blessing, he still has his hearing, and even on bad days, he can communicate with his eyes. That is terrifying. I mean, if you're going to be afflicted with this condition, this place seems like the place to do it in. But still. I see. Sphene visits often, does she? She does. Milos simply adores her. He sometimes even manages to smile when she's here. What of yourself, Isadora? How are you holding up? Ah, you needn't worry about me, Your Majesty. You always make time for us, and we have everything we need. I'm glad to hear that, but you mustn't strain yourself, understood? There's nothing you can do for him? Perhaps a treatment with souls, or... Unfortunately, no. While souls can revive those who have met with an accident, they can't reverse the effects of old age and illness. And so even if you were to, not that you probably do this, but let's say hypothetically, I just took my, I took my Dark Knight blade and I just beheaded Milos here. After Sphene was done being shocked, like she wouldn't be able to just give him souls and then he'd be back to fighting shape. It sounds like it brings you back alive in pretty much the situation you were in before the harm befell you. Before the illness befell you? I wonder if illness and like physical damage are different in this case. It sounds like they are. Like combat damage is different from illness. Truth be told, many children are born like Milos. The illness has existed for generations, but we haven't been able to find a cure. Get Nadana on the case. The cause is quite clear, though. Excess lightning in the environment. It's no coincidence that the number of cases has risen dramatically these past 30 years. Wait, why? I assume that... Wait, hasn't this place been lightning aspected for longer than that? Or was it... Did it only become lightning aspected at the moment that it merged with Taral? It's all my fault. Why is it all your fault? What was that? So the deal that she made with him, with Zeralja, somehow lightning aspect brought that lightning catastrophe. I'm sorry, Isadora, but I must be going. I promise to make it a proper visit next time with treats to share. Isadora, there's no need to apologize, Your Majesty. If it weren't for you, Milos and I wouldn't still be here. Milos, thank you, Queen Sphene. It's my pleasure, Milos. I'll be back soon, so be a good boy. For your mother and for me. Oh, gosh. I really don't know what to make of all this. My thanks for accompanying me on the visit. The illness is a part of life in Alexandria, and I thought you should know about it. We'll find a cure one day, mark my words. We'll make it so unfortunate children like Milos smile again. Bum 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 bum. Her people, her family. We can keep going a little bit longer. Having recomposed herself, Sphene is ready to continue the tour. Well, let's continue, shall we? Look, you obviously have duties to attend to, citizens to look after. We can stop here if you like. No, I do this because I want to, so please do not worry. Next, I'll show you one of the district's most vital facilities, a place called Resolution. To reach it, we'll need to go by way of Lay Node 9, where the Aetheryte is situated. I'm worried about this because, what's-his-face, Zoralja is the King of Resolve, I think? Is that what they called it? King of Resolve? So, I'm worried. Is that the place where they make the soldiers? Where they make the robots? Or cyborgs, or whatever it is. Sphene, the conveyor head will transport you to the government sector where Resolution is located. The markings on a conveyor indicate its direction, and there is a pair just like it on the other side. Is it safe? Extremely. There's no need to be afraid. Who said that I was? Come on, Kukushu. As long as it doesn't, like, disapparate me. So we're going that way. It does disapparate me. Okay. An information board. Praxis Park. I'm Googling Praxis. I've heard the term before, I just don't know what it means. Praxis. Practice, as distinguished from theory. Okay, the difference between theory and praxis. Or accepted practice or custom, like patterns of Christian practice in the church and society. Thank you, dictionary.com. Yeah, you have wings, sword, like 4 wings, and some infinity symbol, I think, coiled around a sword. Maybe it has to do with the cloud stuff, like people will live on for eternity. Here we are, Resolution, the operational heart of Solution 9. Oh, maybe the 4, I don't know if the 4 wings is a reference to you or your reference to the 4 wings. From Resolution, we oversee the running of the district and provide essential services to citizens, such as welfare support and job introductions. It's quicker to show than tell, so let's proceed inside. Looks like a chemistry symbol, doesn't it? Like when they connect molecules together, or...
Strange contraptions everywhere you look. What's that?
An infusion station. It dispenses souls in exchange for credits.
You can buy life.
Through hard work, citizens can obtain the peace of mind provided by spare souls. It's the way of life for Alexandrians, and has been for quite some time. But I imagine it must be difficult for outsiders to comprehend.
That's putting it lightly. To be honest, it sounds disturbing.
It does.
Still, I won't dismiss it out of hand. Practices like these don't arise from nothing.
Also true. Why? She looks super dejected just there.
There's a reason why your culture is the way it is, and I'd like to understand. Won't you tell us some of your realm's history?
What an approach. What a wise approach. She looked guilty. I don't know. Maybe she didn't. With knowledge comes appreciation. Yes.
Very well. Be warned, though, that it may take a while.
To learn about a whole new culture? Yeah.
In the distant past, over 1,000 years ago, it said, lightning energy began to swell in our world.
So it wasn't just 30 years ago. It did start long ago.
According to ancient records that date back around 8 centuries, the rainy season spanned a quarter of the year, during which time severe thunderstorms ravaged the land.
Friggin' Asians.
4 centuries later, this season had lengthened to nearly half the year. The trend continued, with our ancestors spending longer and longer languishing beneath storm clouds. Crops failed and livestock starved. But amidst this growing desperation, a miraculous material was discovered that promised salvation. Electrope.
And so where does the electrope come from? That feels important.
The stuff that's used everywhere here.
Who discovered it? How is it mined? How much is there?
Indeed. One day, when out inspecting a forest after lightning had caused a fire, a villager came upon a curious black ore none had seen before. Testing revealed that the ore possessed a singular property. It could store lightning and convert it to other energies. In that instant, the scourge of endless storms became a blessing. Dubbed Electrope, the ore found use in myriad inventions and dramatically improved people's lives.
Yeah. So it's just out in the woods?
So much so, in fact, that all nations soon became dependent upon it, despite the difficulty of obtaining it in quantity.
Okay.
Supply was chronically scarce, and when nations couldn't meet their needs with their own deposits, some resorted to taking Electrope from others.
Yeah, okay.
Fighting was isolated and sporadic until Electrope came to be used in warfare.
Okay.
First in the weaponry of invaders, then in the countermeasures of defenders, and then in every aspect of combat where an advantage might be had. This served only to exacerbate the ore shortage, leading to further escalation. Before long, the entire world was engulfed in a terrible war known as the Storm Surge.
I'm sure it's like one of the most tragic parts of your history, but dang if it doesn't have a badass name.
As the war came to a head, Alexandria's neighbor Lindblom committed its stores of Electrope to the production of a weapon of mass destruction. They deployed it on the front lines and triggered a calamity of frightful magnitude. Not even their own scientists had anticipated the force of the lightning that was unleashed. The energy inundated the entire continent, laying it to waste.
And as a result, did they and everyone else in the world give up weapons of mass destruction, or did they get into an arms race with any other powers that might have access to this sort of thing? Sounds like this is the end of it.
So that's how your world came to be this way.
So it collapsed the world as a whole. I'm put in mind of the flood of light, the flood of darkness, and it sounds an awful lot like an umbral calamity. Yeah. Sounds an awful lot like an umbral calamity, which I assume you're saying that to Wuk, because that must have no meaning to you.
You know a great many things that I don't. I should like to learn about you too sometime. But to continue the tale, the people of Alexandria had already lost much to the war. They lost almost everything else to the Levin. Those who survived bore deep scars, tormented by the memory of loved ones taken too soon. Though they yet lived, the cruel spectre of death was with them always. Seeking a solution, our scientists turned once more to Electrope, and after extensive research, they developed the means to preserve memory and soul. Physical death isn't the end. So long as our memories endure, we may live on.
Yes.
This belief sustained us then, and it sustains us now, granting us comfort.
So is this the only nation left, then? Are you separated from the rest of the world?
Quite a tale.
Like, were you, so 30 years ago you were brought here and isolated from the rest of the society, I guess? I'm still not quite sure understanding that.
Your Majesty, help me! I beg you, help me!
What's the matter?
I've got no souls left. Not a single one! But the lot at Soul Supply refused to give me any!
You out of money?
Please, you must do something!
Wait, how often have you
My
died?
apologies, Your Majesty. This man, he does no work. Instead, he drinks his days away on Trueview. He has only himself to blame if he has no credits for souls.
So it's a highly advanced society, but it is not post-scarcity. Or maybe post-scarcity isn't a binary thing. Maybe this is just like nearly post-scarcity or like very low scarcity. I don't know.
That's not true! I'm a fighter at the Arcadian. Or rather, I was.
You're a fighter at the Arcadian. Is this like a pit fight sort of thing? Like a blood sport? It seems more likely, though, that it's just with the kind of civilization is, that this is, maybe Arcadian is more like an esport tournament sort of thing.
I haven't been allowed to fight because of the King's decree. It isn't my choice.
The King stopped fighting for money. It could just be a sport, too. It could just be like boxing.
I see. You're a brave warrior of the arena. I want to help you, I sincerely do. But I cannot give you preferential treatment.
Then open up the Arcadian again, so I can fight!
Are there other things that you can do?
I'm sorry, but that's not my decision to make. The King requires feral souls for war. He doesn't wish for them to be expended on amusements.
So, before he basically fought tigers and stuff? Because, okay.
You're useless! A queen in naught but name!
Okay, let's chill out for a second. How are you needing so many souls still if you're not a hunter or something?
Insolent wretch!
She believes
How
it.
dare you take that tone with Her Majesty?
It's quite all right. Such things don't bother me, nor do I think ill of this man.
They absolutely do bother you. I don't. It's one of those things where it bothers you because you believe it yourself.
Hear me. Though I cannot grant you a soul, I mean it when I say I want you to live. I love all of you equally, dearly. You are as family to me, and it pains me to see you deny yourself hope. I want you to find a happiness all your own, even if you must grow it from the smallest seed of joy. Out there, somewhere, is a reason for you to smile again. We all need to vent our frustrations from time to time. I will always be willing to lend an ear.
Yes, Mum. Of course. Even without a spare soul, I suppose I'm fine as long as I stay in Solution 9.
Yeah, just don't go outside and get eaten by wild cactuars or whatever. Or hornbeaks. Axebeaks.
I apologize for my rudeness. Good day to you.
I don't know if food is the same way. I mean, it must be, because they talked about buying it with credits, but I don't know if there's like... I presume there's some form of universal basic income here. Question for those familiar with universal basic income.
Keep your chin up, my friend. And when you feel better, I'm sure you'll find another way to apply your talents.
Two things. One, I'm worried that the way he's going to apply his talents, if I'm right about the robots, is that he's going to like offer his brain to them and become a fighter once more on the front lines. Two is, yeah, for the universal, if in a society with universal basic income or that's experimented with it, what happens when the people run out of that money? Like, because there's still got to be people who spend it poorly or need to spend a lot of it like on stuff that is stuff they really need, there's no way around it, and then they're just out. I wonder. I guess there's still need for extra support. It just is far less if people have that if people in general have that safety. Because no one says that universal basic income is like a panacea.
I'm sorry you had to see that. Let's keep moving, shall we? Right. I believe we've visited all the main facilities. With that, I declare our tour concluded.
Good tour.
That man from before, does that sort of thing happen often?
Somewhat. It's unavoidable. Hardships are a fact of life. Our soul management system has sustained our realm for generations, but it isn't without flaws. For one, people have become accustomed to having spare souls. Without them, they feel vulnerable and anxious. Some claim it may also have contributed to a decline in births.
Just thinking out loud, but would it be possible to do away with the system?
No.
That's a very definite answer. You want to follow that up?
I know it isn't easy to change one's beliefs and way of life. The Mamolja had their reasons for their reliance on blessed siblings, much as you have yours for souls.
I really don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with the system. I think it's a little bit sick, but it's... I mean, being able to... The thing you're... Like, the trade-off is great. The trade-off is tremendous, but the thing you're buying with that trade-off is pretty amazing, too.
But if we defeated Zorolja, you'd be able to make all the decisions, right? Then we could work together to fix things. Restore your realm to where it belongs, and see where we can go from there.
I mean, maybe, but... I don't know what she'd be like as a... What if she'd be like as a solo queen? Like, I worry it would be like the Galadriel. Instead, you would have a queen, terrible and glorious. Like, is she worried about that?
Listen to me.
No.
There's something that I need to tell you.
Okay. Spybot is listening in.
What is it?
Maybe don't tell us here.
Actually, never mind. It's nothing of import. Well, it was lovely showing you around.
Of course.
Sorry.
Thanks so much for the tour. We've learned not only about your realm, but you as well. For now, our priority is Aralja.
Shh, not Ixnay on the Aral.
But once we've dealt with him, perhaps I can return the favor and show you to Lihiolal.
How do you say Zeralja in Pig Latin? Zeral. Forgot how Pig Latin works. Oralze Ajay? Is that Pig Latin? God, it's been so long since I thought of that.
I'd like that very much.
And the souls were a thing even before Zeralja came here. The soul system, I mean.
It seems I've no choice but to continue down this path. Forgive me, Vow Wuk Lamat, but I must disappoint you.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like she has a lot of options. What was Sphene wanting to tell us, I wonder? Well, it can wait for another time, can it? We've been exploring for a while now. We should probably go to Kafkiwa's meeting point. That'll be the way back the way we came, I think? Sphene genuinely cares for her people. I can respect her for that. And thanks to her tour, I've come to better understand the lives of Alexandrians. They don't feel so strange and distant anymore. They do not. Pretty strange and distant, but still not too strange and distant. Alright, that's where I'm going to call it for now. Thank you for watching. Next time we'll do Scales of Blue. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this as they come out, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.